Greetings, families. Welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time, my name is Mamri and you are very welcome. This video is about a conference that went on in Mali during the week. Turkey was there, Niger, Burkina Faso was there. They talk about a lot of things. It's a long video, so I will let you listen to it. There was a condemnation of what happened, that Ukraine has claimed responsibility and the world keep quiet about it a lot. Please listen. I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
CICB, reaffirming the solidity of the AES, strengthening cooperation ties between Mali and the Republic of Turkey. This is the substance of the speeches by various delegations present at the opening ceremony of the solemn science of the October session of the CNT Burkina Faso, represented by the President of the Transitional Legislative Council. Niger, through its Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the Republic of Turkey, through the representative of the Grand Assembly of Turkey. We're spinning a web of damage and expressions of solidarity with the people of Mali, recently struck by acts of terrorism. We summarize these speeches with, the President of Burkina Faso's Legislative Assembly emphasized the fact that our two countries belong to one and the same space, namely the Confederation of Sahel States, launched a little over a year ago at the first summit of heads of state in Niamey. After expressing his solidarity with the people of Mali in the wake of the recent attacks on security installations, the President of Burkina Faso's Transitional Legislative Parliament emphasized the importance of it is to see the AES flourish and bind our countries closer together, as Burkina Faso's highest authorities so aptly put it. From Niger and Mali, and I quote, regional integration, specifically the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, fundamental to the cohesion of the peoples of Africa. End of quote. Cohesion among African peoples. That we avoid me today, right here in Bamako? A land of hospitality and tolerance par excellence. Through this noble action, I can assure you that we are making an effective and significant contribution to the progress of integration into the Confederation of AES, the only guarantee of our development. Dear brother, ladies and gentlemen, history has taught us. May it give rise to dialogue, and may nations always find lasting answers to the world's challenges. Today, more than ever, cooperation and mutual understanding are necessary for regional stability, economic growth, and social justice. We need to act together. For as Nelson Mandela so aptly put it, none of us, acting alone, can achieve success. The Niger representative continued in the same vein. Bakaria Ou Sangare has pledged to continue strengthening this common entity. The main objective of our alliance is to promote a common approach by our three countries to the security challenge. In particular, the freeway sponsored by Western countries has seriously affected the valiant people of the Sahel, whose resilience I salute here. This exemplary tool for integrating our three countries has enabled our defense and security forces to work together, to undertake joint actions in accordance with the relevant provisions of the UPTACO Gourmand Charter, the results of which are now palpable among these achievements. I can cite the reduction in insecurity in several areas formerly controlled by the terrorist group, the return of public administration, related services, and the was a solemn one, with the presence at the CNT of the head of government and members of his team, as well as representatives of friendly countries such as Turkey and neighboring Burkina Faso and Niger, which together with Mali form the Alliance of Sahel States, countries that share the same destiny. A strong symbolic presence in the eyes of Colonel Malik Jau. Our common credo is to continue the struggle for emancipation, national deliberation, safeguarding our political, economic, social, and cultural values. We are men in the wind, forging ahead, ready for the ultimate sacrifice. We are driven by the ideals of freedom, hope, and development. We don't see how sacred, even priestly, creation is to our mission. The CNT President's AES responds to a historical necessity. And if last July 6, the heads of state of the three countries meeting in Niamey decided to create a confederation, the adoption of this treaty was welcomed with enthusiasm, he says, by the populations of the area despite the hostile context which raises questions. Ladies and gentlemen, why did AES doing it? Trembling? Why did it scare the pseudo-Pan-Africanism in the service of imperialism? The answers to these questions can be found in President Modibo Keita's speech of September 22, 1960. To rephrase, the AES Confederation is born, the AES continues. The word AES will continue to hang like a glove on the conscience of all those who have worked to impose on the yes countries and their people this unjust, savage and barbaric war, the unconfessed aim of which is none other than the monopolization of the natural wealth of the greedy UPTA. The CNT President also welcomed cooperation with countries such as China, Turkey and Russia, which share Mali's principles of non-interference and non-instrumentation. The question of human rights. It was also an opportunity to reiterate our firm condemnation of Ukraine's attitude following the events in Tinzawadin, while expressing the CNT's support for the decisions taken by the government. The National Transitional Council firmly condemned this unjustified attack on our country. We support all the measures adopted by the government against the actions of the Ukrainian authorities. We also fully agree with the government's decision to ask the Swedish ambassador on August 9, 2024 to leave our country within 72 hours following hostile comments from his government. I would like to salute the prompt and diligent reaction of all the authorities of the Confederation of Sahel States to this unacceptable involvement of the Ukrainian authorities and their allies in the internal affairs of our confederation in general, and our country in particular. Let's talk about terrorist acts. How can we fail to recall those perpetrated on September 17 against the Faladir Gendarmerie and the President Modibo Keita Airport in Sano? The president of the CNTA saluted the prompt reaction of the women. We reiterate our vigorous and firm condemnation of these cowardly and barbaric attacks against our defense and security forces. The aim of these perfidious, treacherous and cowardly attacks in the run-up to the 60th anniversary of our independence was to deterrorize our populations and instill fear. Face to face with our people. Determined, they failed and they will always fail because our people is a people now warned. And Colonel Malik Jaoud denounces the deafening silence of the international community in the face of such situations in Sahelian countries. Tizawadan Barka, Logo Tilaberi. And it's silent, it's heavy. Silence is deathly silence. It's a silence that's hard to understand. Certain chancelleries, especially in Africa. After the attack on the Timbuktu boat, which cost the lives of children and women a year ago, now there's diplomatic silence in the Tizawadan cases, with the complicity of the Ukrainian authorities and many others. This silence too, our people, the brave and valiant people of the Alliance of Sahel States. Memory. Sahel culture teaches us that pain is temporary, but dignity is eternal. Another situation that has affected the people of the Sahel is the flooding that has claimed victims in all three countries. For Colonel Malik Jaoud, the situation is a challenge in more ways than one. The floods are a challenge to us all. It's time for a solution. It's our responsibility as the transition authority. The causes of the floods are well known. The CNT president's opening speech also highlighted the work carried out by his institution during the intersession, in terms of field visits, monitoring government action and taking part in parliamentary organization events. He also gave a positive assessment of the actions taken by the executive, such as the launch of the process of digitizing the administration. The renovation of the stadium and our young people's historic double at the African Basketball Championships highlights the AES's appeal for support in ongoing transitions. We urge everyone to continue to adhere to and vigorously support the many efforts being made on a daily basis by the transitional authorities in our countries. We know that these are difficult times, but we remain convinced that this is the price we have to pay to defeat terrorism, overcome the current global situation, and make the Sahel a safe and pleasant place to live. The start of the new parliamentary term comes on the day after Independence Day, a day whose objectives remain relevant 64 years on, according to the president of the CNT. He invited Malians to remain mobilized and to accept sacrifices to build a new Mali. A ship that may rock, but will never capsize.
Families leave comment. I said the other day that Turkey is getting close and closer to the AES. They have been there for a long time now, but it seems like these days they are very close. And if you don't know yet, the AES are going to build a parliament. Yes, very soon we will see a brand new parliament that they will be having meeting, whether monthly, daily, and they will keep us updated very frequently what is going on between the three countries. So yes, we are waiting for that. And from my understanding, Turkey will be among them. That's why I was saying they are getting close and closer to them. We don't know what will happen in the near future. We wait and see, and we hope it is good news. Anyway, families, I will leave you here. Thank you. Credit to ORTM for sharing this news with us. Leave comment what you think about it. Maritain Manu, those who are passing by, thank you all for your time. Super chat. Oh, I'm so grateful and I'm so honored for your help and everything. My members, my VIPs, thank you all. I appreciate you. God bless you. See you again soon. Bye bye.